What do you think the optimal amount of rest is for a professional athlete? I used to always do 5 days a week training hard and then 2 days to do absolutely nothing. I've changed it to six. I'm a little worn down, but I still really just would rather train than do nothing for a day. Am I at a detriment or should I keep doing what I'm doing? How important is it to rest and how many days a week should I be resting?
I'll tell you, that answer has changed. That answer has changed a lot over time. First off, yes, you very much need to rest. Now, this can be a slippery slope too. Like, you'll have some athletes that come out and tell you rest is just important as training hard. And then if an athlete misinterprets that and uses that for excuses to shorten training sessions or skip days, I mean, look, that can be a really slippery slope. But if you sit down with your coaches and you work it out ahead of time, of exactly when we're going to go hard and exactly what days we are going to rest and recover, that answer is also going to change. If you're 12 and 13 and 15 and 18 and 19 years old, there probably is not a limit, in all truth. Can you remember being a kid and you'd always have some mom at the party where, you'd have your meal and then you want to go play and they would tell you, oh, you can't get in the pool for 20 minutes until after 8. Maybe that's true for an adult, but for a kid, you can go do anything. You can fall off a horse and get back. I mean, you could do anything at some points in your life. And that goes pretty late. That goes 22, 23. Once you get closer to 25, that's when you have to start being a little bit more strategic. And I always push back on the line. Train smarter, not harder. Now, I don't push back on it because it isn't accurate and wise. I push back on it because every athlete I have ever known or encountered who started buying into the philosophy of train smarter, not harder, actually use that as train less and expect to get a better result. And that's where the fine line comes in. So I can offer you my personal opinion, but I believe that a strength and conditioning is very valuable supplemental workout. And you could do something conditioning wise that was very applicable to your sport. If you're in the sport of MMA and you want to use like jumping rope and some bag work or even some mitt work as your strength and conditioning as opposed to getting on an aerodyne bike, more power to you. That makes a lot of sense. And then you're hitting the weights as well, but that should be a combined, you should not be in there an hour, in my opinion. If you can be in there more than an hour, you aren't going hard enough. And if you go really hard and you hit an hour, and that includes your warm up and cool down, which could be 5 minutes on each side, it could be 10 minutes on one side and 5 on the other, I believe that that is enough. And I believe that if you're not getting your full workout in, you need to start doing it faster. You need to bang those reps out faster. You need to get them done faster. You need to punch fast. That's what I believe, get an hour. In the afternoon, I do not believe that you should be in there 2 hours, but you're probably going to be close. With warm-up, with cool-down, little visit with the boys, little talking with the coach of strategy, that hour 40, hour 45 seems to be the sweet spot. I'm just sharing with you my opinion, but I think other people will have something very close to what I'm saying. I then believe on weekends off. I just believe on 2 days. Now, I don't know in all fairness if I would have believed that at 23 years old, but when my career ended at 43 years old, I will tell you those 2 days were very important. And there's some books and some studies written, and these actually came out of Russia. And Russia's opinion on sport is very valued because every 4 years, when you go look at the medal count for the Olympic Games, they're never not first, second, or third. It's always the US, China, Russia. Now, they could figure out the order, but Russia is very valued when it comes to sport. And a lot of the best amateur coaches that we have in this country, that whether they're coaching our wrestlers, our gymnasts, our boxers, you could go through it, were recruited and brought over from Russia. A Russian study said that you want to go 2 days on, 1 day off, 2 days on, 1 day off. And this is what a lot of their athletes did. So they go Monday, Tuesday on. Wednesday, they would do something called active rest. Active rest could be as light as going for a walk. It could be as light as going sit in a sauna, but you would take that off to recover so that you could come in with the theory being and go really hard on Thursday and Friday. You would take Saturday off. So this was kind of one of the ideas and philosophies that came out. That's very similar to what I'm saying. And it was just a little bit harder by American standards where you don't have government-funded programs to even be open, on a weekend. It was a little easier to find gyms where Monday through Friday. So in all fairness, perhaps that worked in, but I needed those full 48 hours. And I think there does come a question. Look, if you have an athlete that will tell you I'm training 8 hours a day, largely you have a liar. Generally, 98% of the time, that's exactly what you have, but there is that rare guy that will. Now, he's not going to be worth a damn. You will not meet a great athlete that trains 8 hours a day. He's a guy that isn't working hard enough in his pockets. It's very important that you burn hot, that at some point in that work, it is all out. And then however long that is, the United States Olympic Training Center, I'm trying to say, they believe you should be going full speed, full bore, everything you got, 18 to 24 minutes a day, whatever the sport. If you're a basketball player that could be out there for however long a basketball game is, nobody knows, but it seems like 2 hours. You still only go hard for 18 to 24 minutes. If you're a volleyball player who could be out there for a meaningful period of time, you only play hard for 18 to 24 minutes. I cannot back this up scientifically and tell you why. I can tell you accurately that that is the conclusion of the United States Olympic Training Center.